What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you want to see how I went from the left to the right, then just keep watching. The first thing that I did was I started out with this NYX First Base Primer Spray just to prep my skin. Then I went in with my MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. I'm using this to prep my lids for shadow just to make sure that the pigmentation is nice and bright, and we definitely don't want any veins or redness popping through. This is going to be a Makeup Geek eyeshadow tutorial, so starting out with Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie, I'm using this to smooth all over my lid. Then going in with the shade Frappe, I'm using this with a Morphe Fluffy blending brush, using this in the upper crease as my transition shade. This is going to help us to blend all of the other shades that we're going to use. And now going in with the shade Cocoa Bear, one of my favorite Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I swear I love this color. I'm using a small crease brush by Makeup Geek to put this right into the crease of the eye. This is going to create that depth and just some structure to the eye look. And then once we're done with that, I'm going to go in with my lid shade, which is going to be the foiled eyeshadow in the shade Grandstand. You see it right here. It is a beautiful, like, champagne pink color. So pigmented, so beautiful, no fallout whatsoever. I'm obsessed. I'm just adding this to the lid. I'm using a, this is a MAC flat eyeshadow brush. Again, I'm going to have all of the brushes and makeup listed in the down bar if you want any of the names. Going in with Corrupt by Makeup Geek. This is a very black shadow, so just a little bit goes a long way. I'm using this in the outer corner just to deepen everything up and just adding a little bit and then just blending it in. So add a little bit, blend a little bit, add a little bit more, blend a little bit. If you go in with too much of a heavy hand right out of the gate, it's going to be really hard to blend out. So a little bit goes a long way. Then going in with this NYX liquid liner, I am going to do a little bit of a wing today. I don't really do much of a winged liner anymore, so I just thought I'd just kind of, you know, do something a little fun today. So going in with this liner and using it to create a nice little wing on that upper lash line. Now time for the face. We're going to go in with this Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer just in my problem area, basically my T-zone and a little bit on my chin, and just kind of filling in those pores and smoothing it out. Going in with my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Natural Beige, I'm using the Eco Tools sponge, which has quickly become my favorite blending sponge. Oh my gosh, I didn't think I would get away from the Morphe one, but I love this sponge. Anyway, going in with that and just blending it all over my face, down my neck. The shade was actually a little bit dark for me, but it's okay. I think I made it work. And then just using a little bit of Maybelline Fit Me Concealer to conceal all of the zits that are on my face right now because I'm breaking out like a teenage boy. I just don't even understand what the deal is. But anyway, I'm going in with some concealer to cover up my dark circles, and this is the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm using the shade Light right in the inner corner and then Light Neutral everywhere else. And I'm going to blend that out with the smaller Eco Tools blending sponge and just making sure that everything is nice and blended and looks beautiful and seamless and all of that fun stuff. And then once I get that all blended out, I'm going to use my Ulta Pressed Setting Powder in the shade Banana. I'm using this to just set my under eye. It's very finely milled powder and I love it. I love the shade. I love the highlighted effect that it gives me, and it's affordable. Then I did do my brows kind of off camera because we've seen that a million and one times. I'm using the Shimma eyeshadow to highlight my brow bone and the Golddigger eyeshadow to highlight the inner corner of my eye and just bringing a little bit of gold into the eye look. Now I'm using this Honey Urban Decay liner for my waterline, and then using the Cocoa Bear shadow to just kind of smoke out that lower lash line a little bit, again to create a little more depth and just kind of, you know, bring a little smoky sexiness to the look. Now going in with this Master Chrome highlighter by Maybelline. Oh my gosh, this is my current obsession. I just added a little bit to the inner corners, using my Rimmel Stay Matte pressed powder to set the rest of my face, and then this Makeup Forever contour powder in the shade S116. to just bronze up the skin. This is a great shade for contouring, but I find that it's not too gray, so I can really bronze up the whole face with this, and I'm just kind of obsessed. I love the texture of it. It's so smooth, almost feels creamy, but it blends out like a dream. I'm obsessed. Now time for some blush. This is the shade Infatuation by Makeup Geek. It was the first time that I've used this blush, and it's very pigmented. Light hand, you guys, light hand, but it is such a beautiful shade. I love it so much. Then going back in with that highlighter, and I'm just highlighting the top of my cheekbones and the tip of my nose, and just a little bit in the middle of my forehead and on my chin, which is not normally somewhere that I highlight, but I've been kind of highlight obsessed lately, I'm not gonna lie. Then I put on some false lashes. These are red cherry lashes. I can't remember the number. I think they're like 523s or something like that. I will leave it in the down bar. And now for some fall colored lips. I'm using this Prestige waterproof lip liner in the shade Mocha to just outline my lips and then also kind of fill them in to give the lip gloss a base to stick to. Then I'm using this Makeup Geek foiled lip gloss in the shade Headliner. And you guys, OMG, it's beautiful. I love it. This may be one of my favorite fall shades. Then of course setting everything with my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. Now it's time to transform my hair, and I know, don't be mad, I am straightening my hair. It's been almost a year and I'm about to have a little bit of fun. So I'm using this Diamond Flat Iron by Irresistible Me, and this design is super comfortable in the hand. It's super lightweight, which I love when I'm flat ironing my hair. It's been almost a year, you guys. Oh my gosh. It also has this digital screen on the front to tell you the temperature. I started out with clean hair and then detangled with the Shea Moisture Extra Moisture Detangler, and then I went in with this Cantu Thermal Shield Heat Protectant. I used that on my damp hair and then let my hair air dry. Now I'm detangling. You want to make sure that your hair is nice and smooth and detangled before you start flat ironing your hair. So that's what I'm going to do first, and I'm using my wet brush, which is the only brush that I use on my hair to detangle. And what I do when I flat iron my hair, which took me a second because I haven't done it in so long, but I separate my hair into 4 sections. So I go right down the middle of the back of my head, and then I take each side and basically put it in 2 sections. So you'll see what I'm talking about in just a minute. So just kind of tie up the other side and out of the way, and then I separate one side into 2 sections as you see here. Now I take that first thick section and I'm going to go ahead and spray that thermal protectant all over the hair once again before the flat iron ever touches my hair. Brushing that through to make sure that the product is nice and distributed. That way my hair is nice and protected. And then I'm just going to take nice small sections at a time. That way the flat iron can do its work and you don't have to keep going back over pieces of hair because you've used too thick of a piece. So I just start at the base of the hair and then work it all the way down to the very end, and then I move on to the next section, and that is how I basically go through the whole section of hair. And one of the really cool features of this particular flat iron is that it has diamond and tourmaline technology, which protects the hair and it keeps your natural hair oils, color, and moisture in, which helps your hair to stay healthy, shiny, and of course eliminates frizz. So that is one reason why I really wanted to try out this particular flat iron. It does go up to 450 degrees. It has a 360-degree mobile swivel cord, which I love when I'm using any type of tool on my hair because I can't stand getting all tangled up in the cord. And I just go through each section, and as you can see, it is doing a fantastic job of flat ironing my hair. You will see there are a few sections of my hair that are super thin thanks to PCOS. It just sucks, but yes, you will see some of my little bald spots as I go through each section. You can see it right there. Oh my God, it's so sad. It makes me want to cry. But, you know, we're still fighting the good fight. This flat iron also has cool tips so that you won't burn your hand if you try to like hold the tip of it. That's another thing that I really look for in a good flat iron. And that little bit of smoke that you see coming off of my hair, it's actually the heat protectant. It's not my hair burning, I promise. Anyhow, I will leave the link to this particular flat iron, and I do have a discount code. I'll leave that linked in the down bar. I added a little bit of this raw oil from Maui Moisture to add a little bit of shine back to my hair, and this is the final result. I love it. I think it's fun to be able to change it up, and as long as you're taking good care of your curly hair on a consistent basis, I don't think it's going to hurt your hair to be able to straighten it every once in a while. So I hope you enjoyed this. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.